Elon Musk's life did not begin with success, money, or fame. His journey began in a small home in South Africa, where he grew up quiet, curious, and often misunderstood. While other children spent their time playing, Elon spent hours reading books, sometimes 10 hours a day. He didn't know it back then, but those books would shape the future of his entire life.
Elon was not a strong child. He was bullied, beaten, and often left alone. Kids in school hurt him so badly one day that he had to be hospitalized. But even after all that, he never complained. Instead, he learned something powerful. If life pushes you, you push harder. And that belief became the foundation of everything he would achieve later.
When he was only 17, Elon left his home country with almost no money in his pockets. He wanted to live a bigger life, and he believed the United States was the place where he could build it. So, he arrived in America with just two things: dreams and determination. He worked odd jobs, sometimes slept on couches, and lived a simple life, but he never stopped learning and creating. His first company, Zip2, was built in a tiny office with his brother. They slept there, coded there, and sometimes even showered at the local gym because they had no other place to go. Elon worked day and night, often 20 hours straight, fueled by hope. Eventually, that tiny company was sold for millions. Elon could have retired right there, but he didn't. He wanted to do more. He wanted to change the world. So he invested his money into an online payment company called X.com, which later became PayPal. But even in this success, things were not easy. The board removed him as CEO while he was on vacation. Most people would have given up, but Elon didn't. He focused on what mattered and kept moving forward. And soon, PayPal was bought for billions. Elon became rich, but money was not his goal. His goal was to create a better future for humanity. So he did something unbelievable. He invested almost all his money into two companies that everyone thought would fail: SpaceX and Tesla. The next few years were the hardest of his life. Rockets exploded one after another. Tesla was running out of money, Elon was losing everything, people laughed at him, the media attacked him, and experts said he was crazy. There was a moment when he had to choose which company to save, because he only had enough money for one. But he refused to let either of them die. He split the money between both companies and risked his entire future. At one point, Elon was so broke that he could not even pay rent. The man who once created million-dollar companies now had nothing left. But even in that darkness, he kept going. He believed in something bigger, a future where electric cars could save the planet and rockets could take humans to Mars. And that belief kept him alive. Then, when everything seemed lost, something miraculous happened. SpaceX launched its fourth rocket, and for the first time, it succeeded. That single success changed everything. NASA signed contracts, investors returned, and the world began to see that Elon wasn't crazy. He was a visionary. After that, Tesla survived its worst days and became one of the most valuable car companies in the world. SpaceX made history by landing rockets, something no one had ever done before. And Elon? He went from being almost homeless to becoming one of the richest people on the planet. But the truth is, Elon's wealth was never the real story. The real story was his courage. The courage to fail and try again, the courage to dream bigger than fear, and the courage to stand when the world expected him to fall. Elon Musk's journey teaches us one powerful lesson. You don't lose when you fail. You lose when you give up. Failure is not the end. It is the beginning of strength, growth, and transformation. No matter how many times life pushes you down, you always have the chance to rise again. Elon Musk proved that even when the world doubts you, even when you have nothing left, your belief in your purpose can carry you through the darkest storms. His story is a reminder that success is not about luck or comfort. It is about relentless determination, endless learning, and the courage to chase dreams that scare you. And in the end, Elon became what he always wanted to be, a man who changed the world, not because life was easy, but because he refused to quit.
But Elon's journey didn't stop there. Success didn't make his life easier. In fact, it opened the door to even bigger challenges, challenges no one talks about. After years of building rockets and electric cars, Elon realized something. Changing the world was not about technology, it was about time. He was running out of it. Working 18 hours a day, sleeping on factory floors, and flying between states every week, his body began to slow down. One night, after a long meeting at SpaceX, he walked outside alone. The launch pad lights were off. The sky was quiet. And for the first time in years, Elon felt fear. Not fear of failure, but fear of stopping.
He stood there, looking at the rocket silhouetted against the moon. He whispered to himself, "If I stop now, everything stops." And in that silent moment, his mind flashed back, not to success, but to the 17-year-old kid who arrived in America with nothing. He remembered how he slept in the office, how he showered in the gym, how he coded through tears, how he carried the weight of dreams no one else could see. And he realized something powerful. He wasn't just building rockets, he was building hope. The next morning, he gathered his team, not to announce a new project, but to do something he had never done before. He apologized. He said, "I've pushed all of you beyond limits, but I forgot something important. Changing the world is not a solo mission."
The room went silent. Engineers who had worked for years without sleep suddenly felt seen. From that day, Elon changed the way he worked. He spent more time listening, more time teaching, more time lifting the people who stood with him through every failure. But destiny had a surprising twist waiting for him. A year later, during a routine inspection at the Starbase site, Elon noticed a young engineer staring at a rocket part with confusion. Elon walked up to him and asked, "What's the problem?" The young engineer hesitated. "Sir, this design shouldn't work, but somehow it does." Elon smiled. "That's how progress looks. Impossible until it flies." That engineer would later go on to design one of SpaceX's most successful systems, something that would reduce rocket failure chances by more than 80%. And when people praised Elon for the innovation, he said something the world never expected. "I didn't build this. A young engineer did, because I finally learned to trust others the way I trusted myself."
This moment marked the beginning of a new chapter in Elon's life, not just as a leader, but as a mentor. He started a program inside SpaceX where young innovators from anywhere in the world could submit ideas. No degree required, no experience needed, just creativity and courage. One of those ideas later inspired a breakthrough in rocket landing technology, something scientists called impossible, but Elon called the next step. And that's when Elon realized the truth. He didn't rise alone. He helped others rise, and in return, they lifted him even higher. His greatest achievement was not becoming the richest man on earth, but empowering a new generation to go further than he ever could. Because true success isn't about reaching the top. It's about lighting a path so others can climb too. And in the quiet of another late night, standing under the stars he once dreamed of reaching, Elon whispered the same words that guided him through every storm. If your dream doesn't scare you, it isn't big enough.